Please stand as the faculty, board members, and the graduates enter and remain standing till the faculty and graduates take their places. Good afternoon, graduates, faculty, and staff, and welcome to the Bay Atlantic University's 2022 commencement ceremony. We also have a special welcome to 2 BAU board members that are present for the ceremony today. The board member trustees chair, Dr. Linda Robertson, and board member Joanne Dahl. We are here to celebrate the academic achievements of graduates that you see here today. I know I'm speaking for all of us when I say that we are extremely proud of the work that they have accomplished over the past few years. We congratulate the class of 2022 and wish them all the success in their upcoming journey in life. Now let us all please stand for the national anthem of the United States of America.
singing there, they proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner, yet wave, o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you. You may be seated. I would now like to introduce our keynote speaker from the class of 2016, DeAndrea Coleman. DeAndrea is the CEO of Beyond the C-Suite. She's a personal brand and communication strategist who helps senior-level Black executive women create a disruptor personal brand. DeAndrea, you are welcome to come to the podium.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, graduates, guests, faculty, and staff. I'm so excited to be here to share in this milestone with you. A few years ago, I was sitting exactly where you are in this exact same room. I understand that you guys changed venues a little bit in between. And so, if you will, indulge me while I take a trip down memory lane with you, please. So, back in 2015, I was what you call a very single mom. I had a son who was about 7 years old. His father was not involved at all, financially nor physically. And my son happened to get very sick in the beginning of 2015. I was at work, and unfortunately, I got a call from his school saying, "You need to come and pick your son up. He's had an accident on the playground." And prior to that phone call, let me just give you a little backstory. When I say I was a single mom, I was on every type of welfare that you could possibly imagine, okay? So that's food stamps, WIC, medical assistance, energy assistance to keep my lights on and heat in my house. And at my very lowest point, I was facing near homelessness. I was also the recipient of government money in order to get my rent paid. And the caseworker that I had to go and see worked out of a homeless shelter. And so every 2 weeks, I would have to go and check in with her to find out if I had secured employment. And so I would take my son and we would sit elbow to elbow and knee to knee with people who were more destitute and down on their luck than I was. And that was a wake-up call for me. I said, DeAndrea, you cannot stay here. This is not what you were meant for, so what are you going to do to pull yourself up out of this place? And so I worked hard and I found this job that, quite frankly, I didn't really want to be at. So I am highly unemployable, just to let you guys know that about me. I don't follow rules very well. I don't like people telling me what to do, when to show up, or anything of the sort. But I had found this job. And then I get the call from my son's school to come and pick him up. Lo and behold, unfortunately, my son had suffered a severe concussion. And so he was only medically cleared for 3 straight months to attend school for half a day. Most days he did not make it until that halfway mark. So guess what happened to that job that I had just found? I had to quit because they were not going for it. Now, was I upset? Not really, because I didn't really want to be there, but I knew that I needed the money, right? So it was this juxtaposition of need and want. During that time, I was on Facebook, scrolling as we do, right? Scrolling through Facebook aimlessly. Can you guys hear me if I move away from this podium? Thank you, I don't need to move my back. Scrolling through Facebook, and I happened upon this guy named Paul Carrick Brunson. Had no clue who he was. And he had an event coming up called Weekend Startup School. Me and my rebel self have always wanted to be an entrepreneur, so I said, self, you need to be in that room. Whatever it is that you need to do to be there, you need to be in that room. And so I clicked on the button and I could not afford the entrance fee because I was not working anymore, right? And so I had a choice to make. I said, I'm either going to sit this one out and let my circumstances take hold of my future, or I'm gonna dive in and go for the ask. And so I emailed this guy named Paul Carrick Brunson, and I said, listen, I know that I need to be in this room for this event. My gut was telling me I needed to be there, but I cannot afford a ticket for this event. But I am willing to work. I can work, right? So if you will grant me entrance just so I can be in the room, I will work it. And this guy, who I knew from nowhere, said to me, sure sis, come on down, not a problem. And I was shocked, right? So he gave me the address, and I show up, ready to work, and he says to me, here's my partner, here are a few people that you need to know. And I show up to this building that says BAU on the front. And I'm like, I don't know what this place is. BAU, sure, I'll go in. And during that time, I met some guy who was just kind of floating around the hall, and I was nice, and we talked, and we had a great time, right? And the event happened, and it was fantastic, and I got everything that I needed to get from that event. And lo and behold, this guy that was kind of floating around comes to the front of the room, and he says, we have a brand new institution that we are recruiting for. Brand new program, MBA program. And he said, I'm just putting it out there. If you would like to be a part of this, you let me know. And so I went to his office and I said to him, sir, I've always wanted to get my MBA, but I cannot afford it. I'm a single mom. I'm struggling to make ends meet. I'm living in someone's basement right now, but I will work. And he said to me, leave your information. And so I did, and I forgot about it. And a few months later, he reaches out to me and he says, Ms. Coleman, if you are still wanting to be a part of this program, we will grant you a full scholarship. And I said, absolutely. And I started my MBA program at what was at BAU University in the fall of 2015. And I worked hard, guys. So at that point, I was not only a full-time single mom, I was a full-time caregiver because my son needed round-the-clock care. I had found another job to keep me employed at the time, and now I was a full-time MBA student. I did not go part-time because, again, I like to get in and out, and I like to keep things moving, and I was like, I can't be here for 4 years trying to obtain this MBA, let me get in and out, and so I attended full-time at night during the week and all day on Saturday. Some days my son would have to come with me, and he would pass out information if I was giving a presentation, and maybe he was why I did so well, I don't know, he was so cute, my professors were just like, sure, not a problem. But I say all of this to say that I did it. I graduated, or finished, not only a semester early, but I graduated magna cum laude. Now I stand before you, the owner and CEO of a phenomenal business, if I do say so myself, that this year, the same woman who was on welfare, the same woman who had to get help with every possible thing and was facing near homelessness, my company is projected to make at least $250,000 in sales this year. It is not, and I promise you, it is not for the applause, and I thank you for them. But my reason for sharing this with you is because what I am telling you today is called life experience. These are the things that you absolutely cannot learn in a textbook at all. And so what I want to leave you with today are 5 lessons that I have learned that I would love for you to glean and take away with you today. Lesson number 1. I want you to know, thank you so much. I want you to know that you are exactly where you are meant to be in this exact very moment. Most times in life, we go through life with woulda, coulda, shoulda. I should be here. I should be doing this. Oh, I would have been doing this if this had only happened. And that will get you caught up in the rat race of life, right? Competing with other people. You have to learn how to run your own race. Instagram, Facebook, social media will have you thinking that you are far behind where everybody else is. What was given to them is not meant for you, and what is given to you is not meant for anybody else. You are exactly where you are supposed to be in that exact moment, so own it. Lesson number 2, take the risk. Be vulnerable and go for the ask. Had I not first accepted where I was and been vulnerable enough to swallow my pride and send that email to Paul and say, listen, I cannot afford to be here, I would not be standing on the stage in front of you today. Sometimes what you want and what you need is just on the other side of fear. I know we have all heard that before, but it is so true. It is hard to swallow your pride. It is hard to be vulnerable. It is hard to tell people that you are not where they think you should be or where you want to be or any of the above, right? But go for the ask. You have to take that risk. Also, had I not talked to this wonderful man floating around BAU the first time that I attended and told him, I want to get my MBA, it's been a life dream of mine. But I cannot afford to take out any more student loans. I'm trying to keep this little human being alive and fed. Like, I can't take out any more student loans. Had I not gone for the ask, I would not be standing in front of you today. So go for the ask and be vulnerable. Lesson number 3, you have to have something to offer in return. Do not just be a taker in life. You cannot. If you are going to ask for something, offer something in return, okay? You may not have much to offer. It might only be your time, but offer it. This will serve you well as you go through life and you're looking for mentors. You're looking for employment, right? You want them to employ you. Well, what can you do for them? Because that's the bottom line in the world, right? It's give and take. It's reciprocity. So if you go in for the ask and you're bold enough to go for the ask, make sure that you have something in return to offer and to give, as small as it might be. All right, lesson number 4. Once those doors are open for you, please, I implore you, do not squander your opportunity. This door was open for you. It was given to you. It was a blessing bestowed upon you. Do not waste it. And also, do not embarrass the person who gave it to you, right? If they're putting their good name on you to give you an opportunity, you do all that you can to make it happen. This will also serve you well because what it will do is open up more doors of opportunity for you, and people will want to continue to give and give and give. You're giving them something, right? You're making good on their good name. Do not squander the opportunity. Life will happen. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that things won't come in and roadblocks won't happen. They will definitely come up, right? Some days I didn't have childcare. So I had to bring my kid with me to school sometimes.
It just is what it is, but do not squander the opportunities that you are given. Make the most out of them. Please, I implore you. And lastly, lesson number 5, and this is my favorite one. After you've done all that you can, you rest. And you rest unapologetically. You've showed up. You've done the work. You've done everything that you possibly can. Once that is done, you rest. You take a moment to reflect, to replenish, and then you get up and you do it all over again. But do not, please do not let anybody tell you that you don't deserve to rest. It is the one thing that will keep you going and will keep you fueled. Society today wants to tell us that, oh no, there's no time to rest, there's no downtime, you gotta keep going, going, going. I've taken the words grind and hustle out of my vocabulary because on too many occasions, my hair is falling out from stress because I'm trying to grind and get somewhere, right? I'm yelling at my kid because I'm stressed and I'm trying to figure it out. And he's like, well, Mom, I'm just like, I'm 6. Well, he's 13 now. But, he's like, well, why are you yelling at me? And I have no explanation. But I had to take some self-reflection and say, you know what? It's the stress. Stress will kill you. So when you've done all that you can, and that is the caveat here, when you've done all that you possibly can, you rest, and you rest knowing that you gave it your all. So with that, class of 2022, now is your time to celebrate and rest. You've done an amazing job. You have gotten here today. You've studied hard, you've sacrificed, you've gone in for the ask, right? Because if you didn't, you wouldn't be here today. You have gone in for that ask, and you have done it so successfully. I congratulate you, and I cannot wait to have a front row seat in what you all do next. Thank you.
Thank you, Deandra, for your remarks. Next, we will hear from the BAU Board of Trustees Chair, Dr. Linda Robertson.
Graduates, alumni, parents, president, administrators and faculty, students, and friends. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Bay Atlantic University, it is my pleasure to extend our welcome to all of you this afternoon. Geography and other obligations prevent some of our members of the board to be here today. Our board members come from Turkey and London, Colorado and Massachusetts, and other many diverse locations. Board members are leading entrepreneurial companies, serving humanity in a variety of ways, and yes, even tending goats and making wine. All of the 11 board members lend their expertise, their enthusiasm, and oversight to this amazing, forward-thinking institution called Bay Atlantic University. Joanne Dowdell is here with us, extending her congratulations in person. Congratulations also to the faculty and to the staff who are working through all of the pandemic, accreditation pressures, and industry challenges, and have helped these graduates achieve. You are to be commended for your commitment and dedication to students and student success. Graduates, as you looked in the mirror this morning preparing for your graduation ceremony, I know that the person reflected in the glass is filled with hope and already is ready to meet the challenges of the future. The poet Winbrow reminded us that the fellow staring back at you from that glass is the one whose judgment you must always pass. Today's graduation is part of the journey forward. The most difficult, the most challenging and dangerous test of life is to have the man or the woman in the glass always be your friend. Stay true to yourself, stay true to the person in the glass, and your journey will have many rewards. I would also like to congratulate BAU on the selection of this venue, the National Press Club, as the location for this celebration. Academic freedom and the freedom of speech are two humanity values that we do not want to forget. And so I think it's fitting that an American institution has this kind of a venue for a graduation. And I congratulate the selection of this. I've lived in the state of Georgia, and I love their way of saying goodbye. Y'all come back. So we invite you to stay active in your BAU family of alumni as you spread geographically across the globe. You all come back and share time with us and your successes and life events. We hope to celebrate other milestones with you in the years ahead. Congratulations.
Thank you, Linda, for your remarks. I would now like to invite the president of Bay Atlantic University, Dr. Sinem Vantanartiram, to the podium and to provide her words on this commencement day.
Well, still difficult to spell it out, right? I have such a surname, it's even difficult for my own people, Turkish people, to say it in their first try. So, congratulations. Dear Class of 2022, good to see you here, finally, right? Dear board members, Her Excellency, dear distinguished guests, families, my colleagues, dear faculty, and our staff, hardworking staff, another commencement, we are gathered today. And thank you, our board members, Dr. Robertson, Joanne Dowdell, for your support to our university. And thank you, Deandra. Class of 2016, good to see you again at the same venue when we, gave your diploma to you. And I cannot believe it's been 6 years since your commencement, since your graduation. And we are proud of you. And thank you very much for accepting to be the keynote speaker today and share your life experiences, your wisdom with our class of 2022. And here we are at another commencement, a day full of excitement, pride, joy, and maybe some bittersweet goodbyes. Graduation is in many ways a personal achievement. It is a recognition of individual commitment and effort, but it is also about others, family who supported you, friends who were there for you when you needed someone, and a faculty member who inspired you and encouraged you to take one more step toward your goal. And now I would like you to give your family, your friends, and your faculty an applause to thank them. I also said this is also a personal achievement. This was your achievement, so we applaud you. You made it. Congratulations. As BAU, we work hard to make our university one of the highly recognized universities in this region, in the DMV area, and one that you will always be proud of and a privileged member of. We are young, and therefore we are nimble. We know what the world today is, with its strengths and weaknesses, and what we want it to become. And we know that we will contribute to that world that we envision with the values, our values, BAU values that guide us. This is not an exam, so I will not ask you what those values are. But I know you know them, right? So academic achievement, respect, diversity, and integrity. And we know that we will have that world because we have students like you that have bright minds, but also generous hearts. And with a team of committed and hardworking staff that we all have, and a wonderful faculty members that we have. Just as our founder, a great educational entrepreneur, Mr. Enver Yücel said, those who do not have dreams will not reap a reality. We started this university with only one MBA program, and Diandra is one of our first students. And only in the third year of our establishment we got accredited. Then we opened new programs, bachelors, masters of science, bachelors of science. We created a diverse environment that we are proud of, where almost 40 countries are represented. And I see some of you wear your flags, like I see Palestine and Mongolia. And we received the award of the largest MBA program in DC. We ranked in the first 50 in the US in our cybersecurity education. We made higher education more accessible and affordable by offering almost $10 million of scholarships to domestic and international students since our establishment in 8 years. And now we are in the process of getting one of the most prestigious accreditations in the country, NACHI, and this has not been easy. And we couldn't have done this if we hadn't started with a dream and if we hadn't believed in ourselves. So every success starts with a dream. So before we say goodbye to you, from everything I learned in my life, I could give the following piece of advice to you. I want you to have dreams. I want you to be brave to pursue your dreams. Don't be afraid of having blunt ideas or dreams. The world needs dreamers. I want you to be respectful, be kind, prefer love and forgiveness to hatred and grudge. The world needs kindness. And I want you to be fair, not only to yourselves, but also to the people around you and to the environment. The world needs fairness. And you should make a difference. You should create goodness around you with your values, ideas, and hard work. And please, don't give up. You will have failures, you will have difficult times. Think about all the harsh times that we have just gone through, globally. Could we imagine back then that the world would almost have come to a stop in over a week? Look at what we all have survived. Some of you have lost loved ones. We have been having fears for the future. We do not predict whether there will be a good future for our kids, grandkids. Economies were crashed overnight. No one can promise, and I cannot promise a life with full of successes. Now that you have your degrees, bachelors or masters, it will not be a guarantee for success. And it will be too much to promise a young graduate that, life will be wonderful from now on, now that you have your degree. But I can promise that if you learn from your failures, you will learn to write new stories of success. As long as you know how to stand up, don't be afraid of falling down. And you, Class of 2022, we are all proud and happy to see you achieve an important goal and start a new phase of your lives. Each one of you, believe me, will be remembered. And I know that this is not a farewell and this is not an end. This is just a commencement for your new life. Enjoy your day. You deserved it.
Thank you, President Sinam, for your remarks. We will now hear from our valedictorian, Elena Yeshiva, is a master's graduate of the Big Data Analytics program. I would like to invite Elena to the podium.
President Sinem Batanartiran, members of the Board of Trustees, administrators, faculty, family, friends, and of course, the graduating class of 2022. Good afternoon. I am honored to be standing in front of you as the valedictorian, classmate, and a friend to commemorate the memories and accomplishments of our class. Today, we're torn between the excitement of our bright future and the bittersweet end of our journey at BAU. BAU is a small school, but has the feel of a large family. Although we all came to BAU from different and diverse paths, we all have held the common goal of succeeding in our education. And that goal has been our North Star. From the very first day of class to today's day, we have experienced together all the ups and downs of being students, international students, navigating a new life in a new country, building community, all while in the backdrop of a global pandemic. During the challenging years of this program, both inside the classroom and outside, one thing we learned from each other was resiliency. Many of us saw our parents losing their jobs. At the height of the pandemic, some friends even dropped out of school. Some of us even doubted whether we could afford it to make it to this day. The fear of unknown, the fear of failure, the fear of what the future held was not unique to us as students. Everyone around us faced these challenges, but what we saw in the end is that persistence, hard work, and the support of our family, friends, and the BAU community made it all possible. I hope as you take inventory of your life from the last couple of years, you see clearly that you have always had the capacity to do something great, something hard, and something that your future self will thank you for. My dear classmates, as you go out into the world and embark on the next chapter of your life, take into evidence what you've already accomplished and let it be a reminder that you should never underestimate your own power, your ability to succeed, and may you never take for granted the opportunities that come your way. As I look into the crowd before me, I sense a wave of emotions from everyone present. Family and friends, the sense of pride you have in your graduates' accomplishments is unmeasurable. Without your support, many of us wouldn't be here today, and I'm no exception. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts for your love, your support, and your guidance. Now it is up to us to recall and reflect on lessons learned here at BAU, to recall the examples held by our lecturers, administrators, and all the supporting staff. You have all been crucial to our lives here. On the behalf of graduates in class, the support and dedication you gave each one of us, we say thank you. To the graduating class of 2022, I congratulate you on your highest achievement yet. May this be a stepping stone to your next big achievement. And remember, when you're at your next job interview and you're faced with the question, tell me about a time you faced a challenge, recall this. You were once new to a country with a new language to learn, a new culture to acclimate to, far away from home, in the middle of a global pandemic, and yet you not only survived it, but you thrived in spite of it. Remember that you are not the same person you were 3 years ago, 2 years ago, or even last year, and that is your strength. You have evolved, you have risen to the occasion, and you have leveled up. Congratulations to you all, class of 2022. upward and onward. Thank you.
Thank you, Elena. Now we present the Faculty of the Year Award. Thank you so much, Elena. Now we will present the Faculty of the Year Award. This year, Dr. Mehmet Goksu has been chosen by our students to be the Faculty of the Year for his contribution to the school and mentorship to the students. Dr. Goksu is a financial sector economist with more than 20 years of experience in foreign exchange policies and internal and external audits. In addition to serving as the director of FX Markets Division at the Central Bank of Turkey, he also led the Central Bank of Turkey New York office. He has a BS in economics and an MA in international economics and finance and a PhD in banking. Dr. Goksu has been teaching at BAU since fall 2021 and has taught a variety of courses, including money and banking, investment strategies, financial investment strategies, and international finance institutions. We will now, Dr. Mehmet. We will now begin the diploma distribution ceremony. We will start with our undergraduate students and then move on to our graduate students. We ask that all family members and friends in the audience remain in their seats during this time. BAU will capture the diploma presenting moment and provide footage access to all family, friends, and friends of our graduates. Okay. Before we begin, please let me give a brief explanation of the Latin honors. Cum laude, grade point average estimates GPA for cum laude is 3.5 to 3.7. GPA for magna cum laude is 3.8 to 3.9. And GPA for summa cum laude is 4.0. Now, after sharing this information, we can start with the diplomas. Oh, okay. All right. Oyun Erdin. I'm sorry.
Now we will have Kandama Aripont. Now Yolomji Basanjav. but Hollis, but bold. Aruso Batso. Inkadri Batgula and magna cum laude. Dulgong Shimpat. And we have Inkarmom Eridinit. He is not here. He's joining back virtually. Congratulations to him. Elena Ershiva, and she has magna cum laude. Agmera Fazil. Shariar Gramman. Garif Gambold. Namun Gantumur, Sumalada. Daniel Gerlado, magna cum laude. Leila Hushia. Summa cum laude. Summa. Yuyanga Jargasikilan. Lorena Marquez. Kalyon Naima Dava. Yuranzaya Otugan Bayar and magna cum laude. Anjun Only Junior. Cum laude. Patil and magna cum laude. Agatha Beres. Megan Rosario and cum laude. Irfan Sabmas cum laude. Ahmad Walid Solmal, magna cum laude. Muhammad Tahuri. Horia Talash cum laude. Euphemina Simpson. تاميولين تاي سورن.
Now we have a special diploma to deliver for a graduate from Grand Canyon University. The Dean of the College of Education at Grand Canyon University, Dr. Meredith Gritchfield, called BAU to inform us of this graduate wanting to fulfill their dream of graduating in front of their mother. We are happy to fulfill this dream today. Joso Gake has completed a Bachelor of Science in Early Childhood Education and is graduating with cum laude honors. President Sinam will now present the diploma to Joso. Graduates, you can now move your tassel to the left. Now we will count down from 10. Stand up. Now we will count down from 10 together for the cap toss. Are you ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, everyone. This concludes the Bay Atlantic University graduation ceremony. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2022.
Thank you, Christine. Before you leave, for your family pictures, can I invite all our graduates? And we have one large family picture with our board members, guest of honors, Deandra, Her Excellency. Could we have a stage picture together? Come.
Family members, please sit down so the official picture will be taken.
or to the right? No, I don't know. Hello? Yeah, turn on.
Your branding class actually was what set me on, absolutely. Absolutely. It's what set me on this trajectory.
ว่าจะจบแค่นี้เลยหรือเปล่าแล้วจบแค่นี้กูจบแค่นี้เลย
Branding, communication. Yeah. So proud of you guys. Yeah. So thank you.
Branding's exciting,
I love it.
I want to take a picture with the professor respect.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm so glad you're doing this.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. And your wife obviously is doing it with you. I must say, I feel badly that
I have no idea.
You should come in, or students come in.
Hello everybody, just so you know there's a small reception next door in the next hall here. Look to your right, there's some drinks and refreshment for all of you guys. There's a little reception next door.